Welcome back to another video, guys, and thank you guys for joining me, your boy Tony, for another banger. I'm out here with the Zeta, and right now we're gonna dive into today's project, man. Check this out. I'm doing the intro a little bit like in the middle of the video somewhat for you guys, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to talk about why I'm doing this. So I'm trying to bring this car back to life, man. We're in the middle of it. Right now I'm currently focused on trying to get this car back up and running so we can keep thrashing, keep driving. I'm trying to get on the track pretty soon and start driving, start drifting on the track, man. So hopefully we're doing this and we'll bring the car back to life, man. Today we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, man. We're going to be doing valve cover gasket, we're going to do gallery gaskets, we're going to be doing water pump, we're going to be doing all the little O-rings and all that stuff that goes in there. We're going to be doing timing in this video, man. We're going to be doing all that good stuff. Make sure to grab some popcorn, roll one up, get your drinks going. Check me out, fam. So all you got to do, man, from here, it's pretty simple, nothing crazy. All you got to do is take out these little bolts right here, this one, take out this one, and then you can take out this tensioner or this guide. These are guides right here. Yeah, there's really big guide down here that you take out with this big Allen key. I think it's like an 8mm Allen key. Take out this other one. The other one's at 10mm. And that's about it, man. Other than that, you can take off your chain. Go with the O-ring, man. Put it back how it was. I'm gonna do it the long way, and I'm gonna do it how I did last time. I'm gonna set it to top dead center, and then I'm gonna route everything else. So once you got that off, you can take out these 3 bolts for the water pump. It's got 3 bolts right there. 3 bolts right here. We're not gonna take it off quite yet because I know as soon as we take it off, there's gonna be a lot that comes out, a lot of water. There's a good amount of play in that. Because it was leaking like crazy, man. And it was leaking like crazy from over here, you guys saw. And most of you guys, from what I've seen, told me that it was gonna be the water pump. So we're gonna change that since we're in here and do the gallery gaskets. This is why we need to take everything off so we can get to these bolts right here. These bolts are more of a one-time use, so they don't get reused. The kit comes with new ones, so there's one gallery gasket right there. As you guys can see, the gasket was starting to come out already. That thing was toasted. There you go. Who wants all that smoke, you feel me? It was good. That V-cube. Exactly where you're leaking from, where I'm leaking from right there, is where it's leaking from normally when it's running. But that's me taking out the water pump. It's leaking from exactly right there. That's how you know your water pump's out. You guys need to know. We're gonna clean that up as well. Gross. Junk pile over there. So I made a lot of progress. Put the cover back on because we're not gonna work on that right now. We took off everything like apart, but we're gonna go ahead and clean this up. But before we clean that up, we're gonna go and take off these valve covers. And the reason why we're gonna do that is because they are tragically leaking, as you guys can tell. They're probably leaking from these seals right here as well, but those are not replaceable. You have to buy the whole new cover, and we're not doing that. Not doing that. Your boy did snag up some valve cover gaskets, camshaft position sensor seal, oil pump inlet tube seal, gasket set, Nissan 3.5L. Shout out my boy Pete because he always hooks it up with the parts, man. Anyways, you're gonna go around the perimeter of this, bro. You got 3 right here, and then you got like 4 across the bottom, 3 around the back, 4 across the top, and then you got like these 2, and then you gotta take out these sensors. Same thing with this side, pretty much the same thing. Right now I'm just gonna go through with the screwdriver, try to take off all this big dirt, all these chunks, so that doesn't fall in there. I'm vibing. Already took off one side was cool, so we're gonna go ahead and take this side off. I think these gaskets have never been changed before, so they needed a good pry out of there. Try not to drop all that dirt in the engine bay. Shake that off. That's the other side of the valve cover. Like I said, it's not looking the best back here, but it's okay. We can work with this engine, you know? It's okay. Clean up some of the RTV that was left here. I just put a glove on my cam sensor. I don't know if it matters, but I did it. Got all this stuff laid out here. Got all this exposed. The reason we need to take off the valve covers, 1, to reseal them, 2, to turn the camshafts, so that when we do the timing, it's gonna be set properly. So right now what we're gonna do is probably cover everything back up, and then I get to cleaning all these right here. So normally I would just use one of these. I would just use one of these. These usually can get the job done 99% of the time. All right, man, so we in here cleaning up this stuff. Looks pretty good. Might go get some Scotch Brite in a bit, but all of this looks pretty cherry if you ask me, man. Looks pretty good. Just trying to wipe out some of this dirt from over here. It's just pretty much cleaning up right now, man. I'm gonna clean all this stuff up, prep it up, and then we'll get ready to slap it back together, man. So gotta scrape out the rest of the gasket off this, man. So we're starting reassembly. Let me show you guys kind of what I did so far. I haven't cleaned up the timing chain or anything like that, but I cleaned up these, and these are ready to go back on there. They look pretty good. These look pretty good as well. These are the 2 gallery gaskets. Those look good. Still got to do a timing chain cover, and I still got to do this and the bottom seal, front and top, but whatever, we'll worry about that later. For now, what I do want to put on is a water pump, because the water pump should be the easier part. You're left with this, man. Now the bigger gasket is the yellow one, the smaller one is a blue one. So yes, so go ahead and put the bigger one closer to the outside, closer to you. And yeah, that's pretty much all we gotta do. We already prepped the surface. Now, I don't know if you lube these up. I personally did not last time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that the same way. Get her a nice blow. So, wow, pause. Give her a nice clean up before you put it in, is what I meant to say. Try not to pinch those seals. Got the water pump in there, as you guys can see. You guys are gonna torque those 3 10mm to 10 foot-pounds. Torque those down. It's nothing crazy. Hand tighten them if you want, it doesn't matter. See, now we have no play. Brand new water pump in there, ready to go. Stop putting on these gallery gaskets, and then we can start doing some of that timing. Updated part numbers for y'all. We're back at it. I'm about to get these gallery gaskets in before I head off to work, so we're gonna go ahead and slap these on. I already prepped the surface of most of this. Gonna give it another quick wipe down, and then we should be good to go. It's all looking mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine. Use some brake cleaner, cleaned it off. Use a scraper, you know, typical stuff you would use to clean off gaskets. So go ahead and use these. These are the upgraded ones, so they have metal reinforcement inside them, so they should last a lot longer. Let me get the bolts as well. These are the hex bolts. Instead of screw-on bolts, they're hex bolts now. They're just easy to use and easier to torque, in my opinion, so they're the ones we're gonna use. Now, I don't have a dope camera angle for y'all, so I hope this is good enough for you, man. Alright, so you guys saw, we got our gallery gaskets in there, pretty much. All you gotta do is torque these down to 12 foot-pounds, torque the water pump to 10 foot-pounds, and we should be good to go. This is a 4mm Allen key. I don't have one, so I need to go get one that I can torque with. This one I kind of just use to drive them in there. That way we can seal these up and keep cleaning the rest of it up with some Scotch-Brite or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Fair warning, the kit does come with 2 extra bolts, just so you guys don't get scared. Comes with 2 extra bolts. Yo, what it do? It's day like, I don't even know what day it is anymore, man. It's probably like day 4 right now. Put in a few hours here, put in a few hours there. No, the weather was just looking good today. I was vibing. What we recently did right now is we backed up all our tensioners with the wall tacks. That's what you call them? Wall tacks. All you gotta do is press this back in, and it compresses it. And then you can slip that in there when that lines up. Press these back in, slip those out. Press these in, also slip the camshafts out, 17mm. That's why we had to set it to top dead center. You guys can see that is top dead center, or pretty damn near close to it. And then right here, we're pretty damn near close to the top. As you guys can see that, probably move this one a little bit more, but other than that, it is looking good. Over here, a little bit more work. We're gonna have to twist these a little bit more, but that's why we took off this valve cover, so we have access to that. We're gonna get and twist those when we set timing. Right now, we're gonna just go ahead and clean this up. There's a lot of gunk in there. Go ahead and clean that up, spray it down with some brake cleaner, and see what happens. The reason I took off the camshaft sprockets, man, is because I wanted to have access to this top bolt to torque it down. I've seen a lot of people not torque this bolt down, and I don't want to have any issues. I know, remember last time we did this, guys, I had to do this twice. So I'm only trying to do this once on this car and hopefully not have any issues. Torque my water pump to 10 foot-pounds. That's good. Torque your oil gallery gaskets to 12 foot-pounds. I can use this kind of wrench from Harbor Freight. Not a big deal. Just as long as it tells you it's 12, man, I'm happy with that. So that's all torqued down. Shout out my boy Ventura. He got me right with the right socket, 4mm. That's what you guys need to torque these down, 4mm 3/8 or whatever you guys use as a torque wrench. That's gonna get added to the pile of new sockets. Up in here, man, what we're gonna do right now is kind of just start the cleaning process of it. Gonna start wiping down all these, clean up all these cavities and stuff, get all this gunk out, all this garbage over here. You guys can see. Basically, gotta prep it and whatnot, because before we even put on the camshafts, we gotta do all that nasty cleanup stuff. So we might clean the bottom as well. Just go ahead and just do a lot of cleaning. You guys can see from over here, I gotta clean out all of these from inside. You got like RTV in them. Most of it's pretty cleaned up, man, but it just needs some nice scuffing. maybe some Scotch Brite if we can get it later today, and go from there, man. All right, so I didn't show you guys much, but basically what we're gonna do here, this is why we redirected them all the way to the top, because as you can see, we have our markings lined up to the actual cam sprocket. There's some oval marks right there, 2 oval marks, go to those 2 red dots, and then there's one orange dot goes straight into the, you can see it, there's a marking right there straight on the camshaft, and that's how you tell there's timing. Obviously you would take these off, and there's a dowel pin on the back, and that makes it a lot easier to guide them, but you don't see the guide pin, but you feel it. So that's it only goes in one way, and it only goes in this way. Obviously you do have to set the timing on your own, like I said. Check the markings right there, that one's cool. Markings right there, cool. I have a more in-depth video, like I said, that I'll link in the description below, where I go more in depth on how to do the timing for you guys that need to watch it a little bit more slow motion. I'm just trying to ram through this, bro. This is like day 4. I'm just trying to ram through this. We're trying to see if this actually fixes it. Bank 1 has always been an issue for me, so something I do to make my life easier is take off the valve cover and put a ratchet on here, or a wrench, adjustable wrench, and then just turn it whichever one you need it. But be careful, because it does do that. So don't jam your fingers like I did, and leave it kind of in the center so that you can get ready to put the rest of the motor at a time. Kind of leave it like that. It's gonna want to spring back and forth, man, so just be aware of that. I'm gonna leave that right there in case it smacks down again, so it doesn't hit my actual heads. So right now what we're gonna do is set timing with the big chain, and big chain's pretty easy, man. I'll show you guys at the end, but this is a marking right here, top dead center. You want this barb right here to match the top of that, as you guys can see, matching. And then this line right here, there's a little indentation. That's gonna go with the markings from your chain. You guys can tell there's a few different colors on your chain. The orange one is top dead center. The yellow one goes to the actual pins on the top. So just be mindful of that when you guys go ahead and do this. Since you guys already put these camshafts in, we're gonna go ahead and take off these tensioners so they can go ahead and be released. That tension is good. And then tension over here, that one's also good. Everything's tight now. So I'm about ready to start this. I got super caught up in the work, man, that I just wanted to get it done, and I just wanted to drive my car again. So like, I'm sorry, but the whole day I put the camera down, I just gotta work, man. I have some great videos that I've done, in-depth videos on how to do the gallery gaskets and how to time your motor. I just wanted to get it done, man. I just wanted to feel good about the job. And yeah, I feel good about it, man. We're about to start it up. It's got fluids in it. It's not leaking. Everything looks like it's sealed up pretty well. My sensors are connected into the right places. There's tension on my belt. You feel me? Everything's tight. Clamps are tight, man. I'm ready to start it, man. I'm ready to start it with you guys. See what happens. See what happens, man. Hopefully it has battery enough to start, you know? Check engine light so far. We might get one because I had one before, but that's besides the point. Car's on though. Sounds super smooth. Everything looks like it's working like it should. It's bubbling. This biggest concern was the leak we had coming from right there. Currently right now it's pretty dry zones, no leakage from oil or coolant. Looks like over here how we're looking, valve seems to be spinning good, no problems with that. I don't know if it's dumb or not, but I'm gonna leave the car running while I go pick up my boy Vlad down the street. So I don't think anybody's gonna take it. There's trash cans over there, and I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine, you know? So let's go get them. And I'm on my whiskeys. Hopefully nothing happens to the Z. Not in the sense that somebody steals it, but like, let's say it's like something up, you know? Or it like blows a seal that I didn't put right. I don't know. Smashed my foot. Let's get it. That car is pretty loud, but this truck is definitely louder than that thing. But let's get it. Gotta go pick up the homie. Feel me? Gotta make sure you get your homies right, bro. Get your homies involved in the mix, in the movement. We got the boy. I left the Z on, so we gotta go. I'm sure it's alright though, you know? We gotta clear space for the homie though, you feel me? Yeah. So everything was going well. But I don't know if you can see that, but that's no bueno. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what could have caused that. I'm trying to think of everything, every scenario in my head. Of any ground that didn't connect right, or I don't know. I'm a bit lost for words too. Yeah, I'm not sure what that could have been. That's crazy. All right, gang. So I did some more digging. I had to like kind of get into a little bit, kind of when it's daytime already, and then kind of figured out why we kept having that issue. Now over here, we kept blowing this main fuse over here, and then off these, you only really get a few things. So you either get the wire that goes directly to the starter, or you get the wire that goes to the alternator. Both of those have singular wires to them. The rest of them are fused together and then they go off to other stuff, but we didn't really touch any of that. We touched the stuff that was in the engine bay. Excuse the mess, but it was basically this wire right here. It got too close to the headers and it got melted and then it ripped. So I had to get a smaller one for this one that goes straight to the alternator. But now it goes in through right here because I tucked it, made a hole right there. That's where it goes in through. Comes out the bottom. Comes out the bottom through right here. And then just gets drawn straight into the alternator right there. So once the thing got warmed up and it got up to operating temperature, which I left the car running, then it stopped working, and then it stopped running, and then obviously it wouldn't charge. It had the blown fuse every single time. I had 3 other ones, all blown fuses, man. And I couldn't figure out why, and it was because the wire from the alternator to the battery was actually touching the headers, and those got a little too hot, and by the time I got back it was already hot to where the metal was touching metal. I just got them at Pick and Pull. You guys can find more of these fuses at Pick and Pull. Obviously 12 12 12, and then just take the sucker with you, unplug these. Took like 3 of those. I think I ran through like 5 before I even got it right, and I could figure it out, man. But basically I just wrapped it up again. I wrapped it up, I think, in like Gorilla Tape, and it started working again because it's just one thick wire for the alternator. It just can't be touching metal, so since it was touching the header, no bueno. I'm glad I didn't fry anything else with that though, but everything else does look good in the sense of it's working right now. I think I got this one off a smaller one. This is a much shorter cable because I wanted to hide it more, and I believe it is off, no, I believe it's off a G37 sedan. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's such a G37 sedan is where I got it from. So it's just a lot shorter, so you don't have to go all the way around. And this is basically going to be empty. Nothing is going to go through right there. So we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this gap, since the wires are going in through the inside instead of the outside and look all ugly. So we're trying to clean it up a little bit more. But that was basically it, guys. The car is still working great. It runs great now. I've been driving it ever since I got that situated. It was just that small issue that we were having, that the car was not working because a cable got too hot. When I went to go pick up the homie, when I came back, I had no idea what was going on. So now we know. Now we know. Do not run your wiring touching your header. So that was my bad. That was my mistake. It was dark. You guys saw it late night. So let's try to be more vigilant next time. And with that being said, guys, I thank you guys for staying to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was just a quick little recap. I was just trying to figure out whether or not it was the water pump on the car that went bad. It wasn't. I have another DIY video that's linked down below as well for the gallery gaskets and the perfect timing, so you guys can set timing on your VQs. That's a lot more in depth, a lot more detailed, a lot more straightforward and strategic and focused on that. This was more just a vlog of me trying to find out whether or not it was a water pump, which in fact it was. So if you guys have water coming out or coolant coming out the side of your block, now you guys know, water pump, go get that changed out, get your gallery gaskets done, because you guys saw mine were clapped out. If you guys need a timing chain, if you guys, mine has a relatively newer motor. It has like a swap motor on it, probably has like 90,000 miles on it, but the car has well over 150. So if you guys are over that in the same motor, please do your timing chain when you guys are in there, because you're gonna have to reopen it again. So I hope that's helpful. I hope this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, videos linked down below if you guys want to do it, DIY gallery gaskets and the perfect timing. Let me know what you guys think of the video, man. I was not 100% sure this was gonna work, so I didn't vlog a lot of it. A lot of it was just me trying to figure out whether or not it was gonna work. So I'm glad it worked. I'm glad we got that figured out. This is the first time this happened to me, so now you guys know if you guys are getting a ton of water coming out, coolant coming out the block, man, it's your water pump. Time to change that, man. So I'm glad we learned that together. I'm glad it wasn't the motor. Now we can continue doing more things with the car. I got some cool mods coming in for it right now that are going to be posted in the next video. I hope you guys are excited. It's one of those things that every 350Z needs on the exterior. Let me know what you guys think that is down in the comments below, man. I want to thank y'all for staying to the end of the video, man. Like always, watching, supporting, hitting that subscribe button. If you guys are excited for more, make sure to hit that bell right next to it so you guys get notified when I drop a banger, so you guys don't get sad when I post it and you guys miss out on the video, man. So make sure to hit that. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns down in the comments below. I answer every single one of them, every single video. I'm here to chat it up with you guys. If you guys want a quicker way to reach out to us, make sure to hit us on DMs on IG. And then yeah, man, if you guys like the video, make sure to hit that like button. And I hope you guys are excited for more, man. We got some more content, some more events. We're gonna start hitting the track as well with the Z, man. So I hope you guys are excited for that, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for staying till the end of the video. I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.